If you're hearing this, please listen. I don't know how long I have before I forget how to speak. Or worse, before I try to claw off my own face, like all the others have. My name is Dr. Lyle Jenner. I was part of a classified team funded by the Department of Corrections and several private tech firms. I'd be killed if I publicly spoke about this, but soon there would be no one left to care. We were working on an experimental form of time manipulation. The goal? To alter one's perspective of time, to make a 10-year prison sentence feel like a lifetime, compressed into a week or even a few days. It was supposed to revolutionize criminal justice, solve the prison overcrowding crisis. No more endless taxpayer bills, no more overcrowded cells, just compressed time. The mechanism was a tailored virus, a synthetic neuro agent. We codenamed TRV-24. It was designed to hijack perception, speeding the brain's internal clock to experience time at hyper-accelerated rates. Our test subjects, all volunteers from maximum security prisons. They were promised a reduction in their sentences in exchange for participation. They never knew they were signing up for a death sentence. The goal in these experiments was for the test subjects to experience something like a decade in only 48 hours. Once the neuroagent fully bonded to the central nervous system, the subjects would go completely still. No resistance, no panic, just silence. Their bodies remained upright, but vacant, like puppets, with their strings cut. One inmate sat motionless for the full 12 hours, eyes wide open, no blinking, no speaking, like his mind had been yanked 1,000 miles away. And when it finally wore off, he started screaming. It worked. Too well. So well that we underestimated it. Instead of a decade in 48 hours, what they got was 2 centuries in 12 hours. When we debriefed them, those that didn't immediately try to kill themselves, their language had collapsed. They spoke in a sort of fractured language, not gibberish exactly, but not anything human anymore. Some were sobbing, others laughed like they had gone far beyond madness, and circled back to something worse. One tried licking the dirt and dust from the ground. Another chewed off his own fingers while humming a song none of us recognized. They aged not physically, but mentally. One of the subjects who had the best recovery of all of them, a 27-year-old male, still was able to speak English. He calmly told us he had watched every loved one he ever had die in his mind. He'd build families, learn new languages, buried children he never really had. Entire lifetimes compressed into half a day. Then he stood up, smiled at us, and smashed his head into the steel table, again and again, until his pulse stopped. We tried to contain it. Hazmat teams, negative pressure labs, filters, but someone didn't report symptoms. Maybe they thought it was just a headache. Maybe they were afraid of being quarantined. Or maybe they didn't even know they were infected. It doesn't matter now, because it's out. This isn't just a neural agent anymore. The virus has mutated. It's airborne. It survives up to 4 hours on surfaces. Contagion rate unknown. Estimated incubation under 45 minutes. Once it starts, there is no stopping it. My team is already gone. Dr. Penrose swallowed his own tongue and slit his wrists in the server room. Martinez, in between bursts of static and gibberish, began whispering to someone or something that wasn't really there before she jammed a pen through her eye socket. I heard my wife on the phone 10 minutes ago. She said the neighbors had been standing in their backyard, staring at the sky without moving, for over an hour. When she finally went over to check on them, they didn't have eyes anymore, just spoons on the ground, and their eyes scattered across the lawn, just sunken black holes in their eye sockets, like something had been looking out through them for far too long. I can feel it now, tickling at the edge of my perception. Time feels strange. The second hand on the wall clock isn't moving, but I can hear it ticking louder and louder. I've been recording this message for what feels like days, or maybe seconds. I can't tell anymore. I'm recording this so someone knows, so someone can act. I don't know how long I have before I slip, but if this finds you, wear a mask, stay indoors, avoid contact with anyone, disinfect everything. If someone starts acting like time is wrong, if they start talking to people who aren't there, if they stare too long at the clock, or start crying at nothing, run. They've already lived too long.